This is Paul's happiest letter, and his joy is contagious. Before we reach the 10th line, we begin to feel the joy, the dance of words and exclamations of contentment completely envelop us. But happiness is not a word that can be understood by consulting a dictionary. In fact, none of the qualities of the Christian life can be learned from books. Something more than a willingness to learn is necessary, to be near someone who, after years of discipline, shows us, through their conduct in all areas, what the Christian life is. Undoubtedly, there will be some verbal instruction, but the apprentice acquires skill mainly by being associated, intimately and daily, with a master, learning subtle but absolutely essential aspects such as notions of time, rhythm, and touch. When we read what Paul wrote to the Christians in the city of Philippi, we realize that we are in the company of a master. Paul does not say that we can be happy or how to be happy. He simply is happy. None of his circumstances contribute to this joy. He wrote from a prison cell, his work was under attack from rivals, and after 20 years of traveling in service to Jesus, he was tired and would welcome rest. But circumstances are incidental compared to the life of Jesus, the Messiah, that Paul experiences within himself. For it is not a life that happened only at a certain moment in history, but one that continues to happen, overflowing into the lives of those who receive him and throughout the world. Christ is the revelation that God cannot be contained or stored. It is this extravagant quality of Christ's life that counts for the happiness of Christians, for joy is life in excess, the flow of what cannot be contained within someone. Paul was under house arrest in Rome, accused of disturbing the peace. House arrest was only applied to those awaiting trial. Paul had been awaiting trial for years. Under the Roman system, the accused paid for their own rent, as well as food, blankets, pens, ink, basically all personal expenses. So, Paul relied on financial help from friends. It was risky to support someone accused of a crime against the empire, but the believers in the distant city of Philippi sent money anyway. Chained to a Roman soldier, Paul spent his time dictating letters to his colleagues. They themselves delivered them to the recipients, as there was no postal service. Philippi was a Roman colony in the mountains of northern Greece. Many Italian war veterans lived there, and their strong sense of patriotism made them reject Jews like Paul. There was no synagogue, only a place by the river where some women gathered to pray. One of these women was Lydia, a luxury fabric merchant and also the matriarch of a large family. Paul met Lydia during a brief stay in the city, before the Italians expelled him. She and some of her relatives, clients, and slaves accepted Jesus and, since then, not only bravely resisted in faith, but also sent financial aid to Paul. Context: early 60s AD. Patriotism in Roman cities involved festivals in honor of Caesar, the goddess of Rome, and other gods. The whole city would go out into the streets to participate in processions with banners and images, sacrifice rituals, speeches, food, and sometimes ritual prostitution and self-mutilation. Jews and Christians who refused to participate were considered unpatriotic, antisocial, and atheists. There were rumors that Christians ate flesh and blood at their love feasts, where it was said that cases of incest and other vices also occurred.